Money. It's something we all think about, stress about, and chase after. But here's the truth. Managing money isn't about how smart you are, it's about how you behave. That's the powerful idea behind Morgan Housel's book The Psychology of Money. This isn't a book about stock market charts, equations, or complex financial strategies. It's about understanding human behavior, how emotions like fear, greed, and envy shape our financial decisions. And once you understand that, you can start making money work for you instead of against you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to break down The Psychology of Money, one of the most eye-opening finance books ever written. In this video, I'll walk you through the biggest lessons from the book, explain them with stories, and show you how you can apply them to your own life. By the end, you won't just know how money works, you'll know how people work with money. So grab a notebook, because this might just change the way you look at wealth forever. Chapter 1. Wealth is what you don't see. Let's start with one of the most powerful insights in the entire book. Wealth is what you don't see. Think about it. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, wearing a Rolex, or living in a mansion, you might think, wow, they're rich. But what you're actually seeing is spending. The car, the watch, the house, that's money that's already gone. Real wealth is invisible. It's the savings account you never brag about. It's the investments compounding quietly in the background. It's the financial freedom that lets you choose how to spend your time. The lesson. Don't chase the appearance of wealth. Chase the reality of wealth, which is built through saving, patience, and discipline. Chapter 2. Compounding is the eighth wonder. Albert Einstein supposedly called compounding the eighth wonder of the world, and Morgan Housel agrees. Here's a crazy fact. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, earned over 80% of his net worth after the age of 65. Not because he discovered some magical investment strategy late in life, but because he started investing early and let compounding do its job. Compounding is simple. Your money earns returns, and then those returns earn returns. Over time, it snowballs. But here's the catch. Compounding only works if you give it time. Most people fail because they want quick results. They panic when markets drop, or they pull their money out too soon. The real secret is patience. Let time be your greatest ally. Chapter 3. Luck and risk shape outcomes. Here's something most people don't like to admit. Financial success isn't always just about hard work. Take Bill Gates. Brilliant guy, right? But what most people forget is that Gates happened to attend one of the only high schools in the world at the time that had a computer. That stroke of luck gave him a head start that most kids never had. Now, does that mean Gates didn't work hard? Of course not. But it shows that luck plays a bigger role in success than we often admit. The flip side is risk. You can make all the right moves, but one unlucky event, an illness, an accident, a bad market crash, can derail everything. The takeaway: be humble. Don't assume wealth equals wisdom. And don't judge people who struggle financially, because chance plays a bigger role than we think. Chapter 4. The Seduction of Enough. One of the most memorable chapters in the book is called Enough. There's a story about Rajat Gupta, a highly successful businessman who had already made tens of millions of dollars. He could have retired comfortably forever. But it wasn't enough. He got greedy, engaged in insider trading, and ended up in prison. The lesson here is simple but profound. If you don't know what enough means for you, you'll always feel like you're losing, no matter how much you actually have. So, ask yourself, what does enough look like in your life? Because once you define it, you'll free yourself from endless comparison and greed. Chapter 4. The Seduction of Enough. One of the most memorable chapters in the book is called Enough. There's a story about Rajat Gupta, a highly successful businessman who had already made tens of millions of dollars. He could have retired comfortably forever. But it wasn't enough. He got greedy, engaged in insider trading, and ended up in prison. The lesson here is simple but profound. If you don't know what enough means for you, you'll always feel like you're losing, no matter how much you actually have. So, ask yourself, what does enough look like in your life? Because once you define it, you'll free yourself from endless comparison and greed. Chapter 5. Freedom is the ultimate dividend. Money isn't just about buying stuff. According to Housel, the highest form of wealth is freedom, the ability to control your own time. Think about it. What's more valuable, a fancy car you drive to a job you hate, or the ability to wake up every day and do what you want, when you want, with the people you care about? When you save money, you're not just buying things in the future, you're buying freedom. Every dollar saved is like buying back a little piece of your life. Chapter 6. Behavior Beats Intelligence. One of Housel's boldest claims is that financial success is less about IQ and more about behavior. Think about it. Markets go up and down. Headlines scream doom and gloom. Everyone around you panics. What do? The smartest person in the room might still fail if they let emotions take over. But the person who can stay calm, consistent, and disciplined will win in the long run. The good news: you don't need to be a genius to get rich. You just need to master your emotions. Chapter 7. Tails Drive Everything. This is one of my favorite insights. In finance, and in life, a small number of events drive the majority of outcomes. For example, a few massive stock market days create the majority of long-term gains. A handful of key decisions in your life determine most of your success. The problem is, people give up too quickly. They miss out on the rare tail events, those big wins, because they get impatient. The key: stay in the game long enough to catch those rare but powerful moments. Chapter 8. Save, not just invest. Housel makes a strong case that saving is more important than investing strategy. You can debate all day about which stock or fund to pick. But if you don't save consistently, it doesn't matter. Here's the truth: building wealth isn't about hitting home runs. It's about getting on base over and over again. Saving regularly, avoiding debt, and living below your means, those boring habits are the foundation of financial success. Chapter 9. Reasonable, rational. Here's a surprising lesson. You don't have to be perfectly rational with money. You just have to be reasonable. For example, some financial experts argue that paying off a mortgage early is irrational because you could invest that money and earn a higher return. But if paying off your mortgage gives you peace of mind and helps you sleep at night, that's worth it. At the end of the day, money is emotional. Make decisions that are reasonable for your situation, not just mathematically perfect. Chapter 10. Beware of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, and also the thief of wealth. There will always be someone richer, flashier, or luckier than you. If you spend your life trying to keep up, you'll never feel satisfied. Housel reminds us that money is a tool, not a scoreboard. Use it to build the life you want, not to compete with others. Conclusion: tie it all together. So what's the big picture here? The psychology of money teaches us that financial success is not about knowledge, it's about behavior. It's about patience, humility, discipline, and knowing what enough means for you. If you can master your emotions, respect the role of luck and risk, and focus on the long game, you'll be far ahead of most people. Remember, wealth is what you don't see. Compounding is your best friend. And the ultimate reward of money isn't luxury, it's freedom. Closing call to action. Thanks so much for watching. If you found value in this summary, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear these lessons. And let me know in the comments, which lesson from the psychology of money resonated with you the most? For me, it's definitely the idea that wealth is what you don't see. Until next time, remember, master your mindset, and the money will follow.